My husband said I'm ugly. I'm 28, and my husband is 30. Objectively speaking, I am an unattractive woman. I've always been this way, and while I've grown used to it, the fact remains that being an ugly woman sucks. I met my husband 4 years ago, and he is the best thing that has ever happened to me. He always told me I was beautiful, and somehow he sounded sincere, not like my mother, who is the kind of person who has no other choice but to say that. Yesterday, Saturday night, a group of his friends came over to our house. They meet up a few times a month to hang out, talk, and play games. He's known most of these guys since high school. I was upstairs in the kitchen preparing drinks and snacks while they were in the basement. I could hear their conversation and started eavesdropping. I know it's rude, but it wasn't intentional at first. I realized they were talking about me. A couple of the guys were teasing my husband about me, specifically about my looks. It was supposed to be funny, but I wasn't laughing. At one point, one of the guys called me a troll, and my husband exploded. He started yelling, "Look, shut the hell up. I know my wife is ugly, but shut up. She makes me happy. Does your stupid woman make you happy, Jim? Dave, how long has it been since we hung out without you whining about your wife?" He went on defending me for quite a while. But all I heard was, "I know she's ugly. I know she's ugly. I know she's ugly." It kept playing in my head over and over again. It just broke me. I don't know why. I've always known I'm unattractive, but he isn't supposed to know that. He told me I was beautiful so sincerely and so often that I started to believe he actually thought so. I started crying and ran into the shower so no one would hear me. When I came out an hour later, everyone had already gone home much earlier than usual. I went to bed and didn't speak to my husband all day today, but I think I managed not to show that I was upset or avoiding him. In my head, I understand that what he said was the truth and that I should be happy he loves me and not my body. But somehow, that doesn't help. I just want to be beautiful. God, I feel so empty. I've been crying all day. What should I say to him? One part of me wants to call him a liar, to scream, yell, and sob. Another part just wants to run away, never speak to him again, and accept that no man I ever meet will ever find me attractive. Update. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone. Honestly. Wow. Over the last 2 days, I've received literally hundreds of messages of support. You guys are awesome. So, yesterday, while receiving an avalanche of your support every few minutes all day long, I decided to try and talk to my husband about what I heard. When we both got back from work, I told him we needed to talk. I told him I overheard him and his friends, and he immediately started apologizing for them, saying they were jerks and assholes and that I should have told him I heard them. I had to stop him just to get a word in and say that it wasn't about his friends, it was about what he said. When I repeated his words back to him, his expression changed instantly. I could see he didn't expect that he would be the one at fault. I had rehearsed the whole conversation in my head. I wanted to explain how I felt, how I thought he truly found me attractive, and how it felt like a betrayal to hear that behind my back. But I just started crying and couldn't really say what I wanted to. He, however, handled it perfectly. He just held me, and after a minute, he started talking as if he were reading the kindest comments from my post aloud. He said he was just angry and misspoke, that he truly finds me attractive, even if the rest of the world doesn't. I calmed down pretty quickly. I had essentially cried myself out the day before. He took me to his computer and showed me an email he had sent to all his friends on Sunday. I wish I could copy it now, but he basically called all his friends assholes. He told them they had crossed the line from good-natured ribbing and acted like total jerks. He wrote that for the foreseeable future, they would have to find another house to meet in and that they were no longer welcome in my house. He actually wrote the author's house. I thought it made me sound like a bossy bitch, but he said he just wanted to emphasize how wrong they were. I was happy to see him standing up for me again. It felt especially good because he did it without speaking poorly of me, which helped me believe that his earlier comment really was just an outburst and a poor choice of words. He told me to wait in the room, left, and came back with a folder. He said he was going to give it to me for Christmas but would buy something else now. I tried to refuse, but he insisted. It was plane tickets and brochures. He organized a trip in early January to a spa or resort in British Columbia. It was amazing. But then I realized he had spent several $1,000s on this. We have a pretty tight budget, and he couldn't have spent that kind of money without me noticing. I asked where the money came from, and he said he had been planning this for over a year and had been saving everything from his weekly allowance, plus collecting all the spare change from groceries and things I didn't notice. When I say that sometimes I'm not sure if I deserve him, I'm not having some kind of crisis I need help with. He is just genuinely incredible. He's taking me out to dinner, so I have to run.